Hi, my name's Amanda Mosiman, and I'm the Purdue Extension educator here in Warwick County. And as part of the Backyard Conservation Series, I'm here to talk to you today a little bit about rain gardens. So rain gardens are really a neat way for homeowners to take responsibility for some odd drainage issues and up your pollinators. So my husband and I had the opportunity to build a rain garden in our new home, and so you can kind of see that here behind me. So our rain garden is in its second year, so you can see we're here in the second week of April, and we're starting to see some of those natives come out of dormancy. So some of the first things you're going to want to consider when looking at a rain garden site is you can do it two ways. Ours is built into the natural landscape, and the inlet over here is coming from some drainage from the higher side of our property. And then it keeps this from flooding. This was a very wet spot when we moved in, and it was causing issues over here with our neighbor's driveway, and you can still kind of see that. So we wanted to try to curtail that a little bit and allow that water that was draining out of this inlet to percolate down through the soil structure. So you can do this two ways. You can build a rain garden through the natural way, or you can put it off of your home. And so that would require a rain barrel or a rain garden built off of a spout. But there's some considerations when doing that. You have to be able to keep the rain garden away from the structure of your home so you're not filling your crawl space with water. One of the first things to do when considering a rain garden is to research how big your rain garden is going to have to be. We like to measure rain gardens by considering a 1-inch rain event, and whatever the space that you're calculating for a 1-inch rain event, that rain garden volume needs to hold that. There are some resources like Purdue Extension or the Blue Thumb Rain Garden Guide that are great resources that can help you through those calculations. Second, and the most expensive part would be construction. So sometimes you can do these by hand and dig them out if they're only a few inches deep, but you will completely excavate your water or your rain garden site. You'll come back with different sand or mulch or compost to be able to allow that rain garden to hold water and then percolate down through. As you can see here, we went with an edged border of a rock area so it looks nice and landscaped. But you don't have to do that. You can have a natural plant border or things that are just a small, couple inch high berm. But due to the size of this rain garden, we decided to go with a rocked edge. Lastly, it's the plants. So this is where a lot of creativity can come in. There's lots of different resources for different plant types. We have a sun part shade rain garden here, so our plants are accordingly. We have a drier side of the rain garden. We have an extremely wet side of the rain garden, so plant selection came into play when we discussed that. But you can have full meadows, sun, shade meadows. There's all different sorts of planting plans to allow to give you full season interest. And you can plant it so you have different interest around the rain garden throughout the year. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what we have here. So towards the inlet area is obviously going to be a very wet area. So we have some Louisiana iris and we have some sage back there. Sallow sedge, that's a plant that very much likes the bottom, and in 2 years you can see how that's really taken advantage of that opportunity. So here on the edge, this front edge here, we had some swamp rose mallow and some of our swamp milkweeds, which are really great for pollinators. In the back, the little bushier type, those are foxgloves. We have some red and yellow twig dogwood. Those are the bushes you see. We've had to add some rock structure in the rain garden because really high intense rain events, we've had some pretty intense flows over time, so it also just gives a really neat look that we like. We had some butterfly weed in here. Some of our other options that we've really enjoyed, spotted Joe Pye weed, the northern sea oats and side oats grama. We're trying to build those towards the back. We're going to be putting in some big blue stem, little blue stem, and some different types of native grasses in the back to be able to hold that berm with the root system. They're really fun to make and a really great opportunity for some backyard conservation to control water flow, reduce erosion and reduce pollution, and add pollinators into your landscape. We're going to include some resources in the links down below on this Facebook, but if you have questions, you can contact us. We'll include our contact information, and happy gardening.